checking the time. It's almost 12:15. Greetings, everyone. My name is Gunze, if you haven't been on the channel before. I don't feel I can give any other kind of introduction. I feel like I'm in a space where I'm actually just releasing everything. And I think that's a major part of my message today. Before switching the video on, I decided to close my eyes and just feel myself from the inside. And as soon as I closed my eyes, the wind started just blowing, and can you join me just for a short little bit with your eyes closed and your hand on your heart? And what I want for you to feel is your heartbeat, to remind you that this is actually the only point. That you have a heartbeat to remind you that you are human. It is your nature to feel. You're made of flesh. That means you feel joy, and that also means you feel pain. And it also means sometimes you feel nothing but your heartbeat, and all you feel is your beingness. And I think that sometimes that's even more powerful than when it happened to me before I switched the camera on. And the message that I was getting from it is that I think we sometimes receive our density with negativity. Our perspective on our density is this need to escape this humanness sometimes, because it can get so uncomfortable to be in this vessel. But I want to tell you, when that wind blew, I got this huge rush of energy. I didn't want to interrupt it by talking. But it's this density that provides us with a center to actually be in when things change and when the wind blows. And this is actually, you look at plant life and you look at nature, and you want to be more like it. Yes, I do too. But if I was a leaf on a tree, when the wind blew, I would absolutely not know where I'm headed. I would not know where I'm going. I wouldn't be part of my tree anymore. That's the gift of being human. It's this density and this heaviness that allows us to remain in our experience. And the fact that it keeps us in our experience, what a gift, because that's what allows us to be an observer of our lives and not a victim of change, and not I suppose it's this consciousness that's a gift. And I think that's what I mean by there is no expectation, is I'm here, I'm breathing. When I close my eyes, there are things that I feel that I'm aware of, and that I sense into, that I absolutely cannot, unless I go inside myself. Something else that also triggered these thoughts and this idea of there are no expectations is I'm finding that expectation, it belongs in the same category as all the other tricks here on earth. Time, money. You know, we kind of need them, but as soon as we find ourselves being governed by them, we've missed the point. They're meant to all work in our favor. I forgot what the third one is. There's time, there's money, there's another big trick here on earth, I forgot. Maybe it's the physicality of all of it. As soon as you get lost in it, you've missed the point. Expectation is... it's one of those. I was imagining this, there are two... I find myself often contemplating destiny and free will. And when I was thinking about this last week, yesterday was my sister's birthday and my mother's birthday. They share it. And I'm not sure if you saw my video from 3 days ago. That was the day my dad died. So that year was strange, the order, it's very windy. It's so beautiful. It's like I can just feel the center of me and all of this stuff happening around me, and I'm so grateful for my body, and I'm so grateful for my flesh and this water inside of me. And so that meant my dad dying on that day meant that every year we first have to go through his death day and then enter the celebration for the birthday. And it's like it's a double feeling for all of us because, it's a big part of our family all celebrating at once, And I wondered to myself, was it designed that way? Those dates placed exactly like that? Perhaps they were both born on the same day so that we can all kind of feel into celebration shortly after a day that would be a painful reminder, maybe for some, or reflective time, whatever it is. And I thought to myself, perhaps yes, perhaps, and many other reasons maybe that I'm not aware of or privy to. But in that, there's all the in-between that I still have the freedom to create in. I can still decide what to fill all those spaces with in between. It also had me this morning. I went back and listened to a psychic's reading that I recorded from the beginning of 2021. I don't know why I took myself back there, but I felt I should. And it was a difficult time. I was suffering. What's worse is that I was suffering and I didn't even know how badly I was suffering. And so I'm grateful for the kind of suffering that I experience now because I'm alert in it. And it's the suffering. I'm not saying I'm embracing suffering like, oh, invite more. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that it's there sometimes, but so is the love. And it's the contrast. It's the contrast that I appreciate, and to be able to appreciate contrast, I must acknowledge the suffering. If I don't feel pain ever, then I don't understand the depth of my joy. I can't grasp it. And I think that's where peace becomes so important. Peace becomes so important because when a person has everything that they want, what does that kind of joy actually feel like? What does it feel like? Is it pleasant? Or is it full of worry that everything could be taken away? Does it hold contrast still? And I think that's what's so difficult for some people that have everything that they want, is because if they have not found peace, if you don't have a need to find peace, you can't have it. If you don't find yourself searching for peace is a daily activity. It's every hour, every minute, every second. Right now, speaking to you, there's nothing else that exists other than this staring into the screen, my own face, also observing how much joy I'm feeling right now. That's amazing. I'm loving it. I'm going to tell you. And just this wind around me. But I'm able to have this peace and feel this peace and feel into it because I understand the depths I've been to. I deserve this peace. I deserve this peace. I have so many rushes of good energy around me right now. I can't even explain. Even before I sat down, there was that yellow butterfly came past, the one with the black speckles on it. It looked so big. It looked like this big. And there are things in that psychic's reading where I realize there's advice she gave me there that I'm needing to apply now. There are things that she said that didn't come true. There are things that she said that didn't come true, but there are things that she said that I applied and have made a huge difference in my life. And so that tells me again, it's my choice. I saw her and she gave me options. She brought things to my awareness and she gave me options. There are things she said would happen that happened completely differently, but you know what the difference was? The difference was me. I changed those things. There are things that she said I didn't take that advice and I went a different way. And there are two things coming up for me. The first one is a song that came up for me earlier. It's Natasha Bedingfield's Unwritten. Is it called? It's called Unwritten. That staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find. Gone totally out of tune there, doesn't even matter. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. She says no one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. There are no expectations. There are no expectations. You don't have to decide today who you are. There are no expectations. We place them on ourselves. And she sings about feeling the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. These are the gifts of the human experience. And I was just thinking, the wind was just blowing while I was in my bedroom, and I was just like, this is change, but this is not like usual change. This is different change. This is like, it's up to you. You decide. Yeah, it's a big, again, there comes expectation. It's a big responsibility, but let's shift that. It's not a responsibility. It's a privilege, because you don't have to do anything. You don't have to be anything. You don't have to anything. I mean, you just being. And I listened to a video this morning that actually reminded me of this idea of just going inside myself, and I don't even remember what else he said, because as soon as I did, I was like, oh, what a gift it is to be me, to have my sight, to have this water inside me where I can feel what it feels like to be alive. We have so many things going on that we forget that one you somewhere out there was like, oh my God, I heard about Earth, send me there. And just last week I was thinking, why did I do this? Why would I do this to myself? This place is weird. The people are weird. There are fewer of us like me. Why did I do this? Where's my manual? And it was this because, and I'm reminded again, something else someone said that I heard. It's like, that's why you come to Earth, because you want to experience this thing that, my ancestors cannot experience this. I'm the only one who can do it for us right now. And it's in my expression that I'm sharing it. They can't do this. They can't sit in their body and feel the wind on them. They can't feel that. I don't know what they feel, but perhaps they feel that nothingness that we seek. And I'm going to remember the second thing. And I have this card deck that I decided to bring with me today. The second thing is it Robert Frost's poem, The Road Less Traveled. Let's get it. I don't know if I can pause this video. It's so dangerous. Let me see. The Road Less Traveled. It's not working. Maybe I'm not meant to go there now. I'm going to leave the text of the poem below. But it also speaks of this crossroads in life where, whether we look at it as the big crossroads or we look at it as like every mini decision we have to make as to create the day. We create the day. As humans, we create the day. That's powerful. We're doing it together. The people we meet and come across where we feel, wow, this was destiny to come across you and meet you at this point in my life. We create that through a series of our own experiences and choices and all of that lead us to a certain place where we get to meet a person who our worlds meet. We are the world. We create all of this. Let's not forget to feel ourselves in it and have mercy on ourselves and just not curse the day, but be grateful for the day that we create. This is a privilege, this thing. And basically, sorry, I got lost there. But this idea that you could sit and consider how things would have gone on that road, but you'll never know. You'll never know because you chose this road. And it led you here. And if you stop in the present moment to consider that wherever you are, who you are, the fact that nothing is actually written, there are no expectations, you're creating the moment, you're creating the future moment in the now moment. What a privilege. And maybe you would not be able to soak in this moment had you taken a different direction. And not just that, if you sit and think about the other road, you're not even on any road. You're not on a road. You're actually still at that. You're in the unchoosing. You're in that. And yeah, there's a time to reflect. There's a time to reflect. But never forget the present moment. I always go back to this idea of how the word present sounds so similar to the word presence. And even when it comes to, like if you have to attend someone's birthday party or whatever it is, and we create this expectation that we must bring a present. No. The invitation did not say, please bring your present for me. It says, it's my birthday. I want to celebrate. Please, will you bring me your presents? Please bring your presence. Your presence is the gift. My presence is my gift to myself. It is a way of showing myself mercy, to be in this moment, no expectation. Nothing around my life has changed since yesterday, no. But the only difference as to why I feel the way I do today is because I decided to go inside, where there are no expectations, where nothing is written. And when I close my eyes, I can feel the wind on my skin. I can feel the water in my body. I'm not a victim or a prisoner of the thoughts that run through my mind, because the only thoughts that are taking place are the ones I'm sending into the present moment. I'm not outside. I'm inside. I'm going to... As I turned my head, I saw this yellow velvet scrunchie that I'm wearing that I bought for myself a while ago, and my daughter always takes it. She takes it, sometimes she leaves with it, and I love it so much. I don't know why I decided to share that, but I love it so much, and I just thought I'd appreciate it for a second because I got to see it, because the whole day I don't get to see it. It's at the back of my head. Okay, these cards are so beautiful. That's what they look like at the back. They come with this guide book, and I don't often use these cards because there's so much going on usually with each picture, but today they were calling me, they were pulling me like what a beautiful day the Lord has made. Oh, I'm so grateful. Swimming in duality. Wow. Look at that. It looks like laying a strong foundation. It looks like, let's try put it here and see if I can. Did you see how the air just went green on us? Did you see that? That's heart healing. Can you see that tone? There's nothing around here that could create that tone except God. Nothing, because there's nothing that's changed. The sun is not green. Sure. Okay. Can you see this card? I'm just going to show you for a while. It looks like, firstly, those two fish remind me of Pisces. Swimming in duality for me is like, I'm both at the same time. I'm all versions. And where I decide to look is what makes the difference. What I'm seeing here is, it looks like an oyster shell. I don't know. I don't eat oysters. Never. Will never. Forget about it. No, I don't mind if you put Tabasco on it or lemon, whatever. I'm not doing it. And you open the oyster, and it's got multiple pearls coming out of there, different colors. And one thing I learned about oysters, I wrote a piece called The Oyster's Pearl last year around Virgo season. I'm going to find a way to link my blog in here. I used to write a lot and put it on a blog, and I don't know what message is there, but the oyster, the pearl of the oyster is formed through the irritation of the sand rubbing against the inside or something. It's the discomfort that causes or creates the pearl. The pearl, the beauty, that's the beauty of... That's where the beauty of the oyster, that's the beauty of the oyster, is the pearl. And look at those shades of the different... This just feels like this message that I've been sharing today, that the struggle creating the experience, the contrast, the pearl would not be formed if the oyster didn't live in the water and didn't have any rough sand rubbing up against it from time to time. Let's read the message. What a beautiful card. I just see all those aqua colors swimming in duality. Let's see. selected shows 2 koi fish balancing each other from above and below the horizon. 2 silver threads connect them to the center of the open oyster. There are 4 pearls, ranging from black to white. The oyster shell has opened, causing ripples in the cool aqua-colored water and in the deep blue star-filled sky. Venus hovers above the scene. A white sailboat floats into the scene from the left, moving to the right. The central most commanding object, this is your message. The central most commanding object in this card is the oyster. Oysters ground us and are all about laying strong foundations. If you are starting a new project or relocating, it is important that you wholeheartedly commit to the process. The highly transformative ability of oyster will assist you in all the changes you are going through, and what you thought was temporary might quite possibly be permanent. The oyster reminds you that there is a time to be busy and take risks, and a time to close your shell and go within to find peace, solitude, and rest. The 4 pearls remind you to be honest, gracious, and to seek wisdom through experience. Each color pearl has a slightly different meaning. The black pearl grounds you and attracts wealth and prosperity. Energetically, it brings you protection. The grayish silver pearls focus on self-control, patience, and dependability. The white pearl brings you innocence, clarity, and joy. Your 2 koi fish partner together to balance the turbulent waters of life. Like these fish, you too may need to be part of a team to do what you need to get done. Exciting opportunities, advancement of career, and a long-lasting relationship might just swim into your lifetime sometime soon. Tripped on those words. This might also be a good time for travel and adventure. But remember, trips aren't all necessarily taken physically. Some of the best journeys are taken in the mind and spirit. Listen only to the voice of your heart and see what surfaces. It is the only true reality and path to happiness. An affirmation. I acknowledge my natural cycles and flow with their rhythms and pulses. I think that message, my words are closing out. We're done. That message perfectly aligns with what I've been feeling and sharing with you today. I'm sending you so much peace. I feel slightly drunk on nature's energy, on myself. That's how I feel. I love you so much. Remember that you were created in peace. And have an awesome day. Bye.